We're here in Lexington at our 1970s renovation project. I'm Pete with Auburndale Builders. Let's head on up to the attic and I'm going to show you how we more than doubled the R value of this assembly by taking the insulation from the second floor ceiling, pushing it up into the rafters, making this so much more comfortable for the homeowners. Let's go take a look. So aside from the clients wanting better day-to-day functionality with their new kitchen, sunroom, and other renovations, they also wanted better comfort in the home all around, and this area up here was a big problem. So we had three major issues up in this space, first of which was ventilation. We had no soffit vents, we had no ridge vents, we only had a couple of gable end vents. Second of all, the insulation in this floor, which is fiberglass bats, is R25 at best. And the third thing that's really the biggest factor up here is this HVAC equipment. As you can see, it was in an unconditioned space. Terrible for efficiency, obviously. It can bake up here in the summertime. We're talking 125 degrees. Luckily, it's only providing air conditioning. If this were for heat also, we would have the opposite effect in the wintertime. The efficiency would diminish greatly from being in an unconditioned space. So how do we solve these issues? We currently have our insulation layer on the attic floor. We need to get it up into the roof assembly so this becomes conditioned space. So what are our options? We could go with continuous exterior insulation. We could go with cavity insulation. Is it vented or is it unvented? If it is vented, is it on the underside or is it overvented? It's a lot to figure out, but we need to come up with an assembly that meets the project goals and is cost effective. And this souped up version of your typical undervented roof assembly is what we decided to go with. So let's walk through and we'll show you how we did it. First step was, let's take a look at the roof. In this case, it needed a new roof. So we stripped it. Upon stripping the roof, we realized we only had 3/8 sheathing on the roof. Not only is this not code compliant, but it's a terrible nail base. So we went over the roof with 5/8 zip sheathing, which served double duty because it was weather tight during the spring here where we are, raining at night while we're trying to work. So that worked out great. And then we installed architectural shingles. We're watertight. That pretty much takes care of that. But on the inside is where the fun starts. We consulted a structural engineer. He had us actually replace the old 1x8 collar ties that were 4 feet on center with 2x8, 16 inches on center, 10 nails at each connection point. He took a quick overview of the entire roof assembly and he said, we're good to go. So let's start from the bottom to the top. We've built a brand new soffit assembly. We've installed continuous 2-inch strip vent in the entire thing. And then what we did second to that is these baffles over my head. We've actually extended those out into the soffit, and then we've come up with a blocker of plywood to contain the dense packed insulation so it doesn't actually fall out into that cavity and block the airflow. So these baffles over my head continue all the way up to the ridge vent, and that provides a continuous airflow all the way from the soffits right up to the ridge vent. So that solves for ventilation. Now it's time to solve for thermal. As I mentioned earlier, we only had 2x8 insulation in the floor. We've also got 2x8 rafters overhead. If we simply insulate this cavity, we're only looking at about an R21. And of course, we've got these baffles. We've lost another 1.5 inches or so of depth. So what we decided to do here is fur down the rafters with these 2x4s, these plywood cleats. We now have a cavity that's 14.5 inches deep, and that'll give us about an R55 in this cavity. It's going to flow right up into the ceiling over my head. That's going to give us real nice continuity of our thermal space here. And next, the insulators are going to come. They're going to net this. They're going to strap it so it's nice and secure. We don't get the sagging. They're going to fill this with TimberHP. It will be dense packed in these rafter cavities. It'll be loose filled over my head. We love to use TimberHP. It's carbon storing. It's a great product and provides really great performance. So that wraps it up for our Lexington high performance retrofit and custom roof assembly. It's cost effective, it's comfortable, it's going to perform well. It's a win-win.